Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Denver Broncos. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23. Yard line. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
From the 29, Prescott swinging this out for Pollard. And he goes out right around the 39.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense as we play here in Week 9 of the 2021 season. Normally, you're slipping kind of past the halfway point, but now with the season expanding to 17 games, you kind of think the teams might look up and say,
there he goes left side. 20. Touchdown, Cowboys.
The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now, that deserves a couple exclamation points.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. The touchdown, it's Zerline. will kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Lock hits his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. To throw it is Lock. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Lock going to throw.
And that's checked down to Gordon.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
Well, you want to rattle him first and foremost.
Touchdown! Melvin Gordon, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Trying to run for it with Pollard, and he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. they find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
78 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a give here to Pollard. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. These two teams all tied after 1. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Now Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
And with that run, he's already at 100 yards here before halftime. So if he sees the same kind of action in the second half, he could be on his way to a career game.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. KJ Hamler returning it. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Now a throw here to his running back. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Locke working out of the gun. This is the tight end Fant. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 13-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Locke. And it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Locke. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Play action. Now it's Locke. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And McManus able to put it through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
113 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Prescott off play action.
And that's going to be caught. It's Rico Gafford.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Pollard going to try the right side. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd down and 7. They'll run left with Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Hamler now to return it. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
Block again here on 2nd and 10.
He'll go up top here for Hamler. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Josh Jackson. And he's giving his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time. And you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by the rookie corner, Pat Surtain.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, the coverage there, airtight as he comes away with the interception.
Love that observation there because they were taking a shot at the end zone. But you're right about the coverage. Absolutely tremendous. And this they could clip for a training tape. Staying with him down the field, locates the football in the air, and comes away with the interception.
He'll go up top here for Hamler. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half.
So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke.
He'll go up top here for Hamler. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted.
Picked off down near the 5. drive. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Pollard again. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Connects here with a tight end, Jeremy Sprinkle. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Pollard. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 165 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with Pollard, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Here's Prescott. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Prescott on 1st down. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. Now here's Pollard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
From the 5, 3rd and goal. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a big play there for the Broncos. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
That's out to the flat for Gordon.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Locke to throw. Able to get this to Gordon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Andrew Beck, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
McManus's point after is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got no
touchdown, Cowboys.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And they've had little to no success stopping him on the ground all game long because that's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and by far the best touchdown in the bunch. They came to this game knowing that they needed to rely on him, and the defense knew they needed to slow him down, yet he's delivered in a big way, and he's been sensational.
Hamler now to return it. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminated in touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lock escaping the pressure right. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On play action, Lock. This is Gordon on the dump off. That catch good for only a couple. To throw again on 2nd down, Lock. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
Alexander Johnson there on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off right around the 43. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Here's Lock.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Pollard, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Lock to throw.
Flush to his right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Brings up second and 3 at the Broncos' 39-yard line.
So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll keep it on the ground. Pollard, and this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Folks, 249 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now Pollard. And they evades the tackler, and now some space. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Cowboys,
they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory.
And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.